look good? Do the colors look nice? Next we have the usability of the camera. The features of the camera that don't directly apply to the image, but they make it easier to live with. So for example, built-in ND filters. Does it have industry standard connectors? You know, do you have SDI ports? Do you have XLR ports? What batteries does it take? What is the battery life like? Does it have buttons for specific functions that I use quite frequently, or is it purely touchscreen operated? I mean, I've got a list of things here. You know, you've got the size and weight, the boot up times. Boot up time is incredibly important. It doesn't sound like it would be important, but certain cinema cameras take 20, 30 seconds to start up. And if you're shooting documentary content, which we often do, that's a massive pain in the backside. You know, something cool is happening and you're like, I want to film it. And then you press the starter button and you just sit.
Now it's time for a quick message from today's sponsor, Skillshare. Just the fact that you're watching this video suggests to me that you're interested in learning new things, and Skillshare is the perfect platform for that. It's an online learning community that I personally have been using a bunch recently, and I'm going to share with you some of my favourite things that I've recently picked up. Firstly, I took a class with Aaron Draplin of the Draplin Design Company, all about logo design, the secrets of shape, type and colour. I'm such a nerd for that sort of thing, and it inspired me so much that I spent the next few days in Adobe Illustrator designing all sorts of logos for various imaginary companies, and I went on to buy his book. That's how inspired I was. Next, I took a character animation class with B. Grandinetti, all about how to animate characters using Adobe After Effects, because I've always been curious about adding animation into some of my filming projects. And finally, I took a class on DIY cinematography by Ryan Booth. He covered the process of how to shoot a mini documentary with a fairly small crew, which applies directly to the sorts of things that we do, and I picked up a bunch of details that I'd never really thought of before. I think it's safe to say that I genuinely do love Skillshare. I mean, what else can I say? There's no ads, so you can focus on the classes. The whole system is curated specifically for learning. I mean, it's just a fantastic community that I would be promoting even if they weren't sponsoring me, which I probably shouldn't say, because then they might stop sponsoring me. Look, just head down to the description. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link will get a 2-month free trial of premium membership, so you can explore your creativity. All right, that's enough of that. I could talk about it all day. Let's crack back on with the video.
Next up, we've got sensor size. And sensor size has really jumped up a number of places recently because there's so many more options in terms of sensor size. You know, it used to be that cinema cameras would just have Super 35 sensors, or maybe a few of them would be Super 16 or Micro Four Thirds, but Super 35 was the industry standard, whereas now you've got full frame cinema cameras and you even have large format cinema cameras. And I'm going to be honest, I've never shot on a large format or a full frame cinema camera, but I'd definitely be curious to do it because it seems like it would be interesting. Another one that is low priority but also nice to have is high frame rate options. I mean, I generally expect my cameras to at least be able to film in 60 frames a second. Having 120 frames a second like I have with the Ursa G2 is very, very nice, but I'm just not someone that really shoots in slow motion, but I know people do, and I know lots of people, and for a lot of people, it's going to be way higher up the list than it is on mine. And now we come on to the lowest priority on my list. The last thing that I look out for with a new camera, and it's going to come as a surprise to a lot of people, is resolution. You know, the resolution that it shoots in. And that's going to sound crazy, but I think we've reached a point now where resolution is good enough that it kind of doesn't matter. Like, every camera that's releasing is at least HD. You know, a minimum of HD, but normally 4K, and that's plenty good enough for the sorts of stuff that I shoot. And the proof is in the pudding. I've just bought this Pocket Cinema camera. It's the original one, shoots in HD, but it's good HD. That's the key here, is that if you have a strong codec, this shoots in RAW. If you have the dynamic range, this has got 13 stops, and if you have the nice color science, images look lovely out of this thing, then HD is good enough. It's great. And don't get me wrong, I like having 4K because I like being able to slightly reframe things. I like being able to punch in, do some digital zooms. I like being able to stabilize stuff. But that's all I really use 4K for. And to really drive this point home, I'm going to ask myself the question, would I rather shoot on a camera that is 32K? Let's go completely out there, but it has a horrible codec, it has terrible dynamic range, and it's got horrible color science, or shoot in HD with a lovely raw codec, you know, really nice color science, nice natural skin tones, and what's the other one? High dynamic range. You know, would I, out of those two, I'd definitely rather shoot in HD. I don't care about 32K, I want HD. And that's it. So those are my list of priorities in terms of buying a camera. I hope this has been somewhat educational. I hope that you found it interesting, and I hope that this helps you buy the perfect camera for you. So you can stop asking me, what camera should I buy now? And if you do ask me that, I'm going to direct you to this video. All right. Okay, I really do hope that you enjoyed this one. It's been fun to record, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.
Justin, I was so psyched to do this Monster Factory in Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Ooh, what a spooky dragon. Or perhaps a drake. Get out of here, man. You gotta run.
Run!
Oh, fuck. Problem is you gotta pay...
Die again.
You gotta pay the fun tax.
Yep. Nobody has fun until I finish the tutorial.
Let's just crush this toot real quick. Speedrun tactics.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, it's Bonzo Boy 69. I'm here to
Why is it always a
speedrun
British
tactics.
voice when we do speedrun tactics?
It's
Salde, hit him. I'm gonna help you. Use your arms like this. Use your sword like this, Salde.
Here's the advanced tactics.
Get in there. No, you weren't doing it right, and I'm trying to help you. You swing your sword like this. Right to left, right to
I
left.
would give anything for you to not be doing the tutorial. I cannot believe you're prolonging it with these great, hilarious jokes.
I have an idea that is now being born in my mind
Okay.
based on this toot. And it is, what if we make a character, because you get to make a character and a pawn if memory serves, right?
Yes. Yes, that's correct.
What if we make a totally huge, totally boss, totally ripped character, and that's like our main, our leading dude or leading lady, and then we make our pawn be just exquisitely throwable,
Okay.
just
All
like
right.
profoundly and deeply, completely throwable.
Dragon's Dogma is sort of like Skyrim meets the open world fantasy thing of Skyrim meets the like inscrutable inscrutable difficulty and creature battle of the Dark Souls.
With this, it's also a snake surgery sim you saw there.
Yeah, you just trim off different parts of the beast.
The problem with that snake is that there was a snake on it, so I just went ahead and took care of that. And now I'm holding onto this thing's like hoof.
God, this game rolls.
If it weren't for this tutorial, if I saw a lion out in the wild, I would not know how to treat it. But now I do know how to treat it, and that's just stab it in the brain over and over and over and over again. Do you want to watch this cutscene?
Absolutely not.
Give me that meat. No, I don't want countless lifetimes. I want that meat.
Countless lifetimes are in this tutorial.
Yes. 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 Yes, view those poses. Look at these dynamic and exciting poses. Do you think this guy got burns on his bathing suit area?
Yeah, that's why it's all bandaged up. Actually, those are all fruit roll-ups that he's saving for later. It's just the only he didn't have any pockets.
I say we make our main character be a woman, who we make just like gigantic. And then we make a projectile-based human who is just very sharp. A lot of sharp angles.
Sharp, very, like, think of the least... Okay, let's get this woman straightened out first.
Okay. You can see you got height and weight there. For this, we want to push that to just the maximum.
Yeah, or we could have him in the middle there of the sliders.
No, come on.
Name is Nolan Ryan.
Okay. You don't want to, like...
Or Randy Johnson. I would take either one of those.
So you want to be... Let's
pitcher.
do Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, the woman.
It's going to have to be Randy Johnson. Hey, Dragon's Dogma, what's up with this?
Here's one thing you might want to try. I don't think so, actually.
How come you got the body of like a young lady, and then brup,
Whoop! Holy motors.
make more detailed edits? That should be the name of Monster Factory.
Yeah, it's
That's-
not quite as punchy.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like our name is probably better, I think, than make more detailed.
I guess that's also true. Preset faces. These are all. Whoa, there's some.
Hell yeah!
There's some faces.
Haven't you ever wanted Helen Mirren to throw you?
I am worried. Our last thing we did was Bart Simpson, and I know a lot about Bart Simpson. I will be honest with you. I do not know that much about Randy Johnson.
It doesn't have any.
I do know that his face looks like a big old bean, though.
Griffin, that's perfect.
I'm just going basically off of my memory of holy shit. Yes. What?
Oh, that's good too. But that's
what a
very
crazy
good.
scaling. What it's like, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is wait, why is the neck why is it going back down? And then holy shit, like it gets exponential. I've seen some pretty whack proportions, but this one's like almost like Uncanny Valley, like they tried to make a good head and they fucked it up just enough.
That's a wild slider because like one of these looks like people, and then there's several other settings that don't have any resemblance to that.
Oh my god! Hi everyone, it's me, Diamondback's classic pitcher. You know me, All-Star Randy Johnson.
That's good for aiming a pitch. Whoa.
I don't have particularly strong feelings about nose.
Whoa,
Except, I have extremely strong feelings about nose. Height, the biggest
Yes.
and best.
Yes, the biggest and best.
How many opportunities are they going to give us to change our minds about the skin color? Are you sure? It's pretty modeled, my man. Fuck yes. Wow. Geo, dude. Geo. Oh, there's many options. Holy shit, big unit. Wow.
Hell yeah.
I almost went with the bad one because I didn't know better.
You didn't know the good one was right there waiting for you.
Speaking of, wait, there's more torsos too. Wow.
Wow.
What the fuck is going on? They gotta be strong trunks. That's where the force of your pitches come from. Is this the Nene? What I will say is that this is the most insane slider I've maybe ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Whenever I use the term ladylike, which I don't often, I don't use it to mean, look at that woman, her appendages are retreating into her body like a turtle's might.
See, I like